What is the coolest website you've visited that no one knows about? In case me. It's an interactive website that showcases what makes the prisoner's dilemma cool. Presidentialhum.com. My high school substitute's son is an artist who painted each US president holding a ham. I have no idea why, but I go there sometimes for a laugh. Unlistedvideos.com. Search for unlisted YouTube videos. Not sure if it's still maintained, but Little Sis was an involuntary Facebook for the elite. You click a politician, donor, celeb, and it shows you who are they connected to and the strength of the connection. You can get an easy picture of what donors, think tanks, and politicians are really beholden to. Edit. Apparently it's thriving since I last saw it. Ever puzzled by a random pardon, an idiotic switch in foreign policy, or who a cabinet member is? Try it out. litlassist.org. Temp mail. This website instantly gives you a new, unused email. Nationstates.net. Online nation simulator. The core of the game is pretty simple. Answer multiple choice issues that appear once every 6 hours. Depending on what you pick, the stats of your nation, everything from cheese exports to citizen rudeness, will change. The fun really starts on the forums. Emo. PlayEmulator.com has almost every game from NES era to NDS era. Most of the Pokemon games, the good Sonic games, several N64 classics, and countless hidden gems. Radio Garden. Listen to radio stations from any country on the planet. KPOP from Seoul? JPOP from Tokyo? Want to marvel at the fact that everyone and their dog has a radio station in the Netherlands and Belgium? If you can wade through all the English language stations in basically every country, language learners can find tons of stations to help their listening skills and their language of choice. Living in a different country from your home but want to listen to the radio from home? Hop on and see if the station has been added. Classicreload.com. This website has over 6,000 plus old DOS Windows and console games preserved for future generations. The website is free to use and 2 games can be played directly through the browser. I personally used the site to relive Warcraft 2 and had a blast. ThisPersonDoesNotExist.com shows you a computer-generated image of a person every time you refresh. Sometimes there are some weird artifacts in the images, but often they look very real. RadioOO.com and Radio Garden. With Radio you can listen to music from all over the world and from any time since the 1900s, and with Radio Garden you can tune in any radio from any place live. As a programmer, regex101.com is incredible. Regex is one of those things that look like sorcery when you don't understand it. Great learning and explanation tool. Z-Library, you can download almost any ebook ever for free. Windows93.net. It offers such fun things, and most of them are miscellaneous. The trial box is a chat box with randoms. I'm there almost every second, or every day. It has that 90s aesthetic to it that makes me wish I could have been around then to experience the technologies of that time. I've gotten rickrolled for X. Knocklit website lets you knocklit through tons of classic game maps for some good ole nostalgia. Best similar, you watched a movie that you loved? With this website you can input a film and it'll give you similar ones. Bash.org. It's text chat logs from old school internet chat rooms. Formatted somewhat like Reddit's best of, you can upvote or downvote, and it only shows top of all time. Some short ones as highlights. The Candy Box 2 is one of the best websites out there. It's an RPG-style quest, made completely of text and symbols. My 90s TV. This is a fun, novelty website where you can easily lose yourself for hours with nostalgia. Basically it uses YouTube videos to simulate watching TV in 90s and allows you to specify the year you want, along with what categories you want to see when you change channels. There is also a My 80s TV and a My 70s TV. Edit. For those of you that think it doesn't work on mobile because of what it says, it totally does. Just make sure to turn the TV on with either power button. GIFprint.com. It takes a GIF and makes you a printable flipbook. Awesome. Ian's shoelace site, Feedgen.com. There's more here about shoelaces than you can possibly imagine. Always loved Command & Conquer, but missed out on getting to do multiplayer. GrammarPlays.org or not. JackalPicalo.com. It looks different on a computer compared to mobile, but it's a clock that cycles through hex codes for colors every second. Hackerdeeper.net. Hack the system like InSish. Superbad.com. It's been up there since the late 90s. See if you can figure it out. Everynoise.com. Cool website that I'm surprised not as many people know about. Useful for finding artists similar to ones you enjoy. Artist names are arranged to dimensionally where down is more organic and right is more bouncy and spiky. Musicmap.com. Type in an artist's name and it will give you a map of similar artists. jtrolls.net/drive used to be a guy who had set up a radio control car in his living room with a camera attached live streaming, and allowed everyone on the page 2 minutes to drive it via their computer. This was around 2008, then one day he just took it down. oljamsdownload.com. This website has every single PC game from the 70s, 80s, 90s till the early 2000s. I've found so many lost games there you actually couldn't imagine. The amazing part? It has step-by-step instructions for every game that you want to download and it's free. There is a search tab too, so don't worry, you won't have to search for hours for that one game that you played in your childhood. Futuream.org. It allows you to send an email to your future self. I tried it in 2015 and received the mail in 2018. Kind of like a time capsule. Neil fun. You scroll the depth of the ocean. Super interesting and kinda spooky. Includes some animals too. Sendfirefox.com. You can send a 1 GB to 2.5 GB of files, videos, pictures, just everything, to others just by uploading the file to this site, then send the link to your recipient. You can even put a password and expiration for the file. You don't even need an account to use the service and it is totally secured, safe, and free. Cameronswirl.net is a beautiful collage of old archived GeoCities websites. Forgotify.com shows you songs on Spotify no one has ever listened to. Pretty funny and adventurous. PostSecret.com, new secrets from anonymous strangers every Sunday. Been checking since I was 18. Not a website per se, but XKCD's right-click comic is interactive, and I've spent so much time playing around with it. XKCD.com/1975. Boil the Frog is really fun to mess around with. The longest playlist I've been able to make, within my music tastes, had 19 songs, and covered pop, pop-punk and heavy metal. Bored.com. This is the Bored button. Pretty much you click the button and it sends you to a completely random website on the internet. You could get lost in a clicking loop for hours, used to do it all the time in school. I don't know if someone already commented this, but here you go. musclewiki.org. Muscle Wiki basically shows you the muscles of your body and the stretches and workouts to develop them. Hope it helps someone in working out. Real Ultimatter PowerNet Bookfinder.com and at worldcat.org help you find a book based on anything you can remember. Lines, plot points, character names, publishing date, etc. I just used them to find this picture book series that I loved so much I checked it out of the library every month between the ages of 8-11. Even though I read it over and over hundreds of times, I could only remember certain things. There was a plot point about the green-eyed monster in one of the books. It had to have been published before I started reading it in 2008. Rose might have been one of the characters' names. That's all I could remember, yet I found the book series within 30 seconds of searching for it. It's a great resource to keep on hand. Coolmathgames.com, pointer.com, suckless.org, software that sucks less. Stagaringbody.com. Epilepsy warning. This one has been around for eons but seems to be less known now. www.actsoftguard.com. Physicsoftheuniverse.com for anyone interested in astronomy. It's really fun. If you love music from specific years, this site is amazing. You can choose a year and it gives you songs from that year. I love music from 2010, so I just select 2010 and it gives me the songs of my childhood. Fenestrolgiamachine.com.